Enough of that though, we're going to head over towards Erangel itself.
Oh yes, follow your favourite teams and get ready for the scenes that we're going to be witnessing here. Game 2, day 2, the action is heating up, but who will be beating the heat? That's the question and the tagline, and a lot riding on it. Already some interesting developments from Game 1 in terms of the early explosive hot drops that resulted in a rough start for Alter Ego that somehow turned into the Rosemary show, hoping it won't be as bad of a start, but an even better finish for them this time, Black.
That's what you hope to see here. I think a lot of fans for Alter Ego, some really good players on side. Alva's been around for a long time, as has Rosemary, but two players that did fantastically well in our last match. I'll tell you who is beating the heat though. That player that had managed to create a small wall of water bottles in front of the camera. Not sure if he's hiding his face or just trying to make sure he stays hydrated. Either way, happy for the guy. In the meantime, though, we're heading over towards Georgia Pole from down in Sosnovka. Alpha Gaming out early, alongside with Ketch from Fireflips, but Influence Rage are in position as well, alongside with Thunder Talks. I imagine they're heading over towards another Upmire here.
It's a good system, though, mate. You build up the wall of the water bottles that are slightly cold. The air will then blow that almost as an artificial AC. So maybe that'll even pull them off.
Cracking the lid a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just a little bit of cold air from it. So he's either going to play really hot because he's kind of been like actively cooled.
Yeah.
Or he'll play worse because he's cooled off.
This is really big though, and teams will have to cool off real quick because it's going to be a hot rotation down towards Sosnovka early on here. Influence Rage, Thunder Talks and Alpha Gaming already here. This is big news for them, but this is quite a lot of teams for us. I mean, recently we've more only seen maybe 1 or 2 teams over towards Sosnovka early. So Influence Rage, Thunder Talks and Alpha Gaming very pleased with this one. 4 Thrives and Very Pier. They have a very quick rotation they can make down towards the South Ridge and that little hillside that looks over towards the west and the east. But again, we saw how well 4 Thrives could hold on position last game, so I hope they can do the same here, because you will have teams coming in from that western side and the bridge.
Yeah, sway over the bridge, get that done with early. I think it's interesting as well, you do actually get Alpha up close towards Influence Rage to kick this one off. Obviously, Alpha in the previous matchup, bit of a rough compound crash, right? Losing 2 players early. Might have been a bit of a better story for them. I think that actually was Rosemary as well that got the third party from the ridge onto him, right? Just cleaned up. That's crazy, yeah. We see a little bit of a Alter Ego highlight there as well, opening it up. We get their vision to start. See how it develops. Hopefully it's a big game for them, bro. It's always exciting. Feels like it gets the fans going early.
It does, absolutely does. They've got a very, very good fan base, I would say. Got to actually cast over in Indonesia too, and it is incredible. The energy
I can imagine.
from that audience was unbelievable. Truly stunning and electrifying, just as it is here at the EWC for PMWC. 4 Thrives currently ahead by quite a bit here on 75 points, but DRX not too far behind, 64 points. Now, I would say Regnum Kalyaf that last game have really dragged themselves out from the small rut I'd say they're in, comparing them with the caliber they have, right? 57 points here is really, really good to see for Regnum Kalyaf, and a team that I expected to do well. You do hear a lot of teams at the moment saying this kind of doesn't matter here in the group stage, but I would go ahead and say this is very, very important. You're getting a direct spot over towards the finals, not having to deal with the pressure on you that happens in that survival stage. You don't want to be there, man. You really don't want to be there.
No, it's so much free information as well. You know, you kind of get that overview. A couple of days off, you get to watch. Yeah. Exactly. Like the difference of going into it in terms of prep, like it's unbelievably helpful. I suppose there is an argument for obviously keeping yourself warm the entire tournament. Yeah. I know which side I'd prefer to be on.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. It was something I would bring up because we've brought it up in the past as well, where staying warm throughout that survival stage and making it into the finals is good, but there's also exhaustion that comes with that because it's back to back to back, and you're fighting for your tournament life for, you know, a few days. But it's not easy. It is not easy. Fireflux right now, one of our teams from our groups, which has really suffered. We saw them try and get into the west side of Hartin. Really struggle there, Jackie. Saw them go down very early to Influence Rage DRX, who sandwiched them. But yeah, we're going to see DRX right now looking to go for that rotate we talked about earlier, off towards that western side.
Oh, it's a nice first shot, actually. You see the dive in from Alter Ego, DBS behind the door. Walk through that, you're not breathing anymore. Instant first contact, mate, but Alter Ego at least clean it back up. They can get the res in as well. He's fine.
He is fine. He is fine. Alva come back up. They definitely want to keep him on board. Working together with Rosemary was very, very nice. Last game, as we saw. But this is not the end of the road for them because they've got a long way to go. Long way to go down this western coast. Yangon Galacticos are going to be in front of them. Many teams actually going for this western rotate as well across the bridge. So you've got Kinotrope just making their crossing now. And it's interesting to me that Fourth Thrives actually opted to go far south here, Jackie.
Yeah, it is actually. I wonder what the setup is going to be late game for them as well. Like, obviously, the way they've been playing this, it's been really good in a lot of the individual fights, but I think their communications look good for the rotates so far. All of day one felt really good in terms of decision-making. Hopefully, that's a trend that's just going to continue, because they are ridiculously compounding points. I mean, 75 off the back of the first game of day two. Really good spot. Heads above water firmly. They're not just doing the doggy paddle.
No, they're not in the doggy paddle right now. We're in the big pool. We're big pool right now, you know. The infinity pool for them if they keep getting these kind of points. But you're looking at like a 10-point average here at the moment. Just a little bit under the 11-point margin, which is an incredible result for an international. Very hard to do. Particularly teams that have managed to maintain a 10-point average, it's very obvious that they're going to stay in and head through to that top 8. So I think for Fourth Thrives, they're not worrying too much at the moment. There is something to be said about teams saying that they don't really, they're not minding this group stage too much, and they can always play in survival stage where you do take the pressure off yourself a little bit. But I do think that being able to perform here without that pressure and getting those points on board, super important if you can just leisurely make your way into the finals.
Do you wonder for Yangon Galacticos as well, if it was more of sort of, playing to the best of their ability yesterday early, and that's going to obviously taper off, because it felt like there was maybe some opportunities in game one here. It didn't really seize the day too much to really squeeze as much potentially as they could out of. Here it might look like they might even get nipped at on the heels as well by Alter Ego towards the back line. We'll see how that develops. Obviously a big shift, everyone making their move over towards the zone now.
It's a wild amount of teams. Having 16 teams, 63 alive here, and the majority of the squads are in Sosnovka. This is sort of a different stage we're seeing here. You're right, by the way, getting nipped in the heels by Alter Ego, coming slightly late towards Primos. Managed to find one of the players there over on Yangon Galacticos. And even finding Smile as well. This is a good turnout coming through from Alter Ego. They don't blow up the boat either, so that's an option for them if they want it. But yes, so many teams over towards Sosnovka. It's very impressive, and I think it's just a case of international. You don't want to go for these bridge camps. You don't want to delay. You're all looking for those points. You know how important they are. This is a quick format, right? It's a very fast format.
It was only Romeo and SayCloud that were able to get away by sailing literally through the clouds, just making sure they keep their distance and find a back door in towards the zone. Ulrika, like you said, it is actually a smart heads-up maneuver as well. Just get the full knocks into the convert to make sure they've got the boat. Fair decent amount of loot as well, actually. Yangdon actually had a good stock, so you've rebuilt that for yourself. They'll be able to take a leisurely stroll over, join everyone else eventually.
I think this second zone is going to be the one that I'm most curious about. Right? I think there's a lot of opportunity for this to go a fair few ways. We've not really committed to either side of the island at the moment. It's pretty dead set on being Sosnovka. I don't see it going any other way, but sending far out towards that eastern side, massive amount of water in this one as well. Fourth Thrives can be very pleased with themselves that they headed south to give themselves a comfortable rotate off towards that eastern side. They could even make a really quick swing over towards Nova Repnoia, set themselves up in the buildings early if they wanted to, because this is only going to come closer into the map, unless there is a crazy option of it moving far west. I do think for Fourth Thrives, heading towards Nova Repnoia right now, or at least just outside it, would be a good idea for them.
See how their day continues. Curious if Vision are going to be able to sort of dust themselves back off as well. It felt like their split sort of late game yesterday. Things started to really go skew for them, but overall when they can play together as a fully fledged unit, they had some good moments, some good excitement that was on board from the team. Curious if we'll see much more.
Yeah, I mean, we saw from Vision at the start of the day as well. I don't know if you remember, but we were watching them flick through their map sheets. They were giving the thumbs up for the Sandhawk, for the Miramar, but they weren't too sure about the Erangel. Honestly, there was some shaking of the head going on there.
Thumbs down.
There was a thumbs down. There was a thumbs down. And it shows humility, at least. They realize where their problems are. Hovercraft in play here for Regnum Karya. Managed to get a hold of one of those, came across late on the north side from Sharkfin. down towards Grandma on the north side of Sosnovka. But since then, they've been moving far into the circle. Prospect gets caught out by Kinotrope, and there is no response, so he will not be getting backups. This is up towards Observatory at the moment. They're making a long run here in the hovercraft.
Yeah, Kinotrope looking to make that one a little bit of Kino from the sideline. Points can be stolen away from it. Up top as well, TT with the bullets down, raining onto them. Use the backdrop of the vehicle for cover as it detonates. Cool guys don't look at explosions, Blank. They're all very cool. We know this.
Wild was taking some double takes.
No, he didn't look. He didn't do the Patrick Stewart triple take.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. He was just making sure it had exploded. I guess it's a rough position for Regnum Kai to be in. I mean, no vehicles to be spoken of, and it's a long run, but at least they are over towards this eastern side, and it's more than can be said for a lot of teams that came in late here. It is just going to be pretty rough in the interim, right, for them. It looks like even Thunder Talks are having a look over this way. King sweeping around, and another, the Dacia's out to play. What are you doing?
Yeah, not ideal. The dastardly Dacia being dealt with as Loxy's able to get the flick off easily. Pulls him out of the driving seat. Curious as well, with one of my eyes glancing at the map feed. These late crosses on both of the bridges going to be problematic. Close grouping. Vision most likely having an easier time of it, but obviously for Alter Ego, they might actually take this one in their stride if there is a fight that breaks out, to be honest, bro.
It's a what? So they didn't take the vote, right? They moved across very pier. I think they've read into the fact that four Thrives like to move very early and just get into the map, so they've got a comfortable way in. And also they're assuming that most teams already made that big migration off towards the eastern side. So I think it's a good call. I don't think they had to take the boat after all, especially with this hard eastern shift. Silence is going to have to be real quiet. Future pros down, but Prestel G in position. Oh man,
it all gets a little bit awkward,
and he falls through the map.
He's gone. He's done for. Goes falling down in the end. Quick bandage up on the action as well. Sort yourself out. Keep on moving.
I think everyone probably hates me when I call him Prestel G. I know it's prestige, but come on.
The big Preds.
But I will never stop calling it.
It's good.
Sorry.
It works. It works.
Yeah.
I respect it. Falak lives for these, doesn't he?
I mean, he's got 10 bullets. I don't know what he's doing.
Don't matter. He'll make them count. Watch. All right, watch this. Next time we cut to his POV, I tell you, it's going to be 2 headshots, those 10 bullets, that's going to amount to 2 knocks, hands down.
No backpack, 1 ghillie, 10 bullets. That's all you need. It's not looking amazing, but for QXZ, the QBZ, only 60 bullets total in the back pocket here. I don't really know what Falak's looking. I think he's got a red dot as well.
I think the thing is, he's got vision for it to at least know if they're pushing up.
50 bullets.
It's like they've got a wide berth on it where you've got the backline stab in as well. Not just get in the read, T24 up on the actual side as well to take the peak off his contact. Yeah. You can at least just get info. Obviously, they won't have the blessing of knowing the ammo is limited. Couple pot shots, get their attention on him. You could peek him from the side, get the back door on it.
Alpha Gaming, though, making an entrance from the sidelines, coming in from the wings. It is very open ground, though, and QXZ will have the number on it. A lot of bullets for the S12. But close range, he's pretty set to go. Sizzy and Soez in the background there. QXZ forced to hold down this entire position. 16 teams still alive, though, Jack. It's astonishing. It really is astonishing.
It's quick shots from top as well. Mini 14 coming out to play. Bullets whiz through. QXZ down, sleeping now. All Zed.
Fourth Thrives will have to move out here over towards the northern side. Give the ghost a nice, a cruel circle. We talked about how Vision had been a little bit slow to the party. Turns out they turn up just in time. Well, the dinner plate's full of food here, but that's a bit of a saviour coming through from the circle for them as they cross that north bridge. They'll likely want to hold out Gamax, though, as they move in from that north side. R8 similarly making a very low late rotate here. Team Secret coming in behind them. Play zone even just takes down for Heater. So, yeah, he's not going anywhere. Wrap him up in the pods here and send him home.
Yeah, just filling on that one, unfortunately for him. Not going to be the meal deal he was hoping for. So punished by the timings, you were saying, the party analogy, it just comes back around. And really, you are right, felt like Vision kind of have gone in as the guest of honor. They can set themselves up potentially for the position you've fallen into now. And there they are, actually. Good connection across, just playing on the edge, keep them inside of the blue and rip them to shreds with the bullets, Blank.
Yeah, it's been a VIP entrance, 100%. Straight on the red carpet across this bridge and into position. So I could have sent her up, and I think for Thunder Talks, actually it's a bit annoying. I think they could have just held Observatory. I mean, Regnum Kai weren't in really any position to challenge them, and if they were up towards Observatory, had that amount of sightlines to work with, cleared out that south side with 4 players, then moved in a little bit later and just ignored the fact that Regnum Kai existed, this could have been a lot better of a game.
Rejoin now with Alter Ego as well. It's Rosemary once again that's finding influence. Ooh, wow, that is rough. Quick shot. Beautiful work with the DBS. Big pop pump, mate.
Yeah, S12K there, look lovely. Moana though doesn't want to let this end too quickly, but in the meantime, Alpha Gaming have spotted a weakness on the sidelines.
Shots back over, trying to dip into cover to stay alive. Moana making moves at least on Ajol, so Alpha lose one, reply back over as well, ripping out quick shots. R8 feeling the brunt of the damage, but Alpha also struggling to contend with this. Fights breaking out across the map as well. Regnum Karia taking head on against 4 Thrives, Influence Rage even popping up into the commotion.
Yeah, 4 Thrive just out. Weren't able to make that position happen on that south side despite being on the map so early. Rosemary able to find Doc there. The Alter Ego still alive into this one. 18 lips on the match. What's happened?
That's what I mean. I don't know how they do it. They just seem to make it work. Put it together even when they're in a really rough spot. And this is back to sort of deja vu, right? Alter Ego, 2 players left to try and pick up the scraps. Finishing off the last of the GMX boys on the cross as well there. That's Vision closing down the chapter they started on Control of the Bridge.
The top and the signature Mini 14 making this thing look real nice. As Reef is to go down in the middle of the road. Laura's in, spots him lacking. This is a tough circle, man. It actually is not very fun to play. Got a lot of the map cut out on that south side because it's just staged hilltop. Thunderdog's currently controlling that one. And they're hoping for a southern shift. It would make for a very fun game. And an entertaining game for us as well. Team Secret, we saw them on the stats earlier. Very successful on Erangel so far. See if they find that same kind of success later. We do get a little bit of a southern shift. Keeps Thunder Talks in, but you got almost this crescent moon wrap for a lot of teams on the northeast side.
The highlight there of some of the fights as well that have been going down in the meantime. For Top, barely alive, sliver of HP, got to top himself back up literally and keep himself in the fight. Similar story over for Team Secret that have been playing quite a late game on this one. Most of it's been rotation through the blue, so finally we might start to see what they're made of. Influence Rage consistently popping up. It feels like they're always trying to find some kind of control inside of this game. Getting as good as they get though at the minute, down to just 2 in the battle of attrition. Secret forced to play medic as well, get their players back up here. It's interesting, it was actually the rotate from Rosemary and Co as well, resulting once again in just being him, the main man. They took a head-on fight versus Vision, did not go well. I wouldn't count him out though, Blank, even as a solo, room for him to sort of show us what he can do.
I think it's a big shot. Willing to get in the vehicle though, get gone. Got Morado on the road. Heads over towards Top, thinks second about it. Playing behind the monster truck here, and Rosemary's just going to double down here. Drops the deck. Oh yeah, a little bit of an aggressive play there. Adrian will find that's Alter Ego out. Despite that, you know, a 7-point game to start off with into an 8-pointer without really getting all that far into both games as well. It's pretty good. And then comes Vision over towards Kino Trope. Regnum Kaya on the side, and that's one player down immediately.
Nades underneath the fence as well. no protection to play with as the legs are blown out. They've got to get up close and personal. Response back, nade the compound. Volt looking to get himself in once he's topped up on the HP and avoid the sideline from Regnum Karia. Meanwhile, from distance, Diego gets vision on them. Battles back, few shots over. Volt's POV with the DPS up close. Looking to make some noise on this one.
Volt's in for an electric finish here. Shing actually on the top side. Making some good shots down. Diego's just going to keep sending those pot shots through. And they don't know. They don't know the angle. Kino Trup suffered to it.
Oh, the timing on it as well. The slight peaks. Diego's living his movie right now. Like, you've got prime time vision straight in. It's uncomfortable for them. So vision trapped on the back. You've got to hunker down. It's a great angle for him.
They do love the Regnum Kario to hold off versus 4th Rise. You saw a bit of a replay earlier with Silas on the DBS, just looking clean as anything. This is difficult. Team Secret actually have the surround sound system going on here versus Thunder Talks. 3 corners they've got locked down for them. So Thunder Talks are going to have a little bit of difficulty getting off from the top of Observatory, depending on when this next circle goes. They'd love for it to send southwest. Pretty central though. Still cuts them a piece of the pie though. Team Secret immediately making an adjustment over towards the eastern side. Still covers them off though. And I think that's the main thing for Team Secret, is that they are holding this angle, which is safe. Oh, no. Get back inside. Get back inside.
I mean, in the commotion, they at least took a few shots back up towards King. But God, yeah, it's scary. Not ideal whatsoever. Hunker yourself down. Stay away from the windows and the doors. It's not what you want whatsoever. Yangon Galacticus back in the Elim feed as well, as one player gets knocked onto their last legs here. So much map control to work with as well up on this ridge. Good vision, especially down here towards the main compound fight with the 4 split. Got a read on this one.
Yeah, Fireflux is going to have some difficulty. It's an incredible amount of oversight that Thunder Talks have. Very hard to deal with. Yangon Galacticos sending across, Romeo behind. Look at the regroup of his Juliet and SayCloud. How long will this love story go on for, as Romeo will get battered down by Scarface? One of the best long-range players in Turkey.
No chance for the Bison Blitz, as he's dealt with instantly on that one. SayCloud just got to watch from the back line. Volt, meanwhile, finding an opportunity once again to strike for vision as they peek back into it. Taking so many bullets for so long, but they turn it back on towards Fireflux. Response there, TT up on top still. Just getting stuck in where they can.
It's a nice maneuver happening right now from Ida. It's a real tough rotate for them from that eastern side, but they made it happen. Got themselves into a bit of a ditch, and here it is. Just trying to take the angle off. A nice nade over the top there. We'll find SayCloud, but this is from Team Secret, and Ida is getting torn to shreds. Darkin's just going to have to send further down, take up position where SayCloud was. Very unlikely Rita gets away from this. That nade's on target.
Slight bounce back up, saved by the bonnet there. Oh, just out of the flames as well. But everyone else is still being burnt down in the commotion. You can see the battle of attrition. We're quickly wrapping our way through the majority of these teams, whittling down the numbers and keeping you guessing. Smoke wall up, try and provide some semblance of cover. He's still breathing. I mean, the amount of nades Team Secret have cast out, they're throwing all the stones.
Just none are hitting right now. Bended knee just crawling, flinching a little bit from the nades, I'll tell you that now. But yeah, I think Darkin actually might get Rita up. I'm so surprised. He got saved by the belt. It's a bit of a wonky terrain there.
Yeah.
The nade bounces back up the hill because I thought that was on target. So Ida actually get to play with 2. They need to be really aware of Ketch right now. And I don't know if they spotted the nades coming from him across the road whilst they were engulfed in the smoke. TT is having a great time here. High ground galore. Looking like Obi-Wan here. Tons of vision around the map, and that is gorgeous for them. It is just an uncomfortable set over towards the northeast side now.
Suddenly everyone has to offer themselves up as sacrifice on the Great Migration over. And they're just in the prime time position for it, dude. Like you say, even from substantial distance, just on point with the shots. They've been taking anyone down that tries to fight the back nade round the corner. Volt, the solo for Vision, trying to keep himself alive with the 2020. Let's see what he can do.
Nice.
It's a good connection. Pick him off, trying to keep themselves out of dodge as well. The bullets through the slight gap in the window there, whizzing by. Loxy's heart must be pounding.
That's a really nice play, actually, coming through from Loxy, where he pushes up and doesn't commit to the back room. Right? Got no Molotov, otherwise it'd be a very different story. But the only option there for Volt is to run out, so you just have Wild hold that corridor. Yeah, very well orchestrated. I don't think Volt had too many options to work with. And Loxy knows he can bide his time, but they got to move. I think for Regnum Kaya, time might be running out a little bit. M249 spraying off in the distance. The big dog in the distance there for Matcap.
Really just trapped behind the tree. Hoping for a cook nade right on target. The 3-pointer potentially.
Not seeing him.
That's rough, bro. As soon as he pushes up as well, realizing his days are numbered, you get the shot back down from who else but TT. They've been absolutely given free control of this high ground for so long. And you're right, it is the Anakin storyline, mate. It's over for them. Like, the way they've been playing this, no one's had a chance to upset. No one's been able to force them off this angle.
It's been tough. I mean, the thing between Thunder Talks and Regnum Kaya right now is a tree. That's it. Which is obscuring the vision. Good shots from Xing as well. I mean, the fact that they moved down on this as well is very, very nice. They know they need to start getting some new angles. Regnum Kai goes down, and TT get themselves up to 12 elims on the match. But still, Team Secret have set themselves up nicely here inside this Wizard Tower. It was one of the few safe positions versus TT. Unless you run outside and think you're invincible, which you absolutely are not.
Well, I mean, they didn't get punished for it, so at least, you know...
There was panic stations, though.
Yeah, it was bad. Like, it was terrifying, mate. But, hey, you got to live in the present moment, haven't you? And they're still living right now, at least.
One of the big storylines for me, at least, is just Eda. I mean, the fact that they made it across with Darkin and Rita, it was a tough time. This could be a nice nade as well. Heads over towards King. A substantial amount of damage, but that was the last one in the pocket. We'll just send the Molotov across to delay. Best he can do. No damage found from that one on the side. So Rita currently is safe. M79's been brought out now to unleash a bit of smoke, a bit of the mist.
Looking for the prime on the
nade. That's a good one, actually.
He does throw off the vision.
Come on,
wow. Yes! He actually makes it work for the first knockback over. Surprising stuff. I thought he'd fall instantly on that.
I really like that. Yeah, that was good. The way he angled it as well. So realistically, you're only playing against one player at a time. I mean, it was just a bit overbearing, honestly. Team Secret, look at the res fruit. AJ just playing on top with some nice nades. Got a little bit too far. Not many bullets remaining now, though. Expended early on as AJ was that high ground player. But this off angle is brutal.
Still just doing what they've been really doing best for free throughout the course. This one, Circles bless them time and time again. They're able to take the instant 1v1s. No real room for trades either, so you're just losing out. Every time they find an elim, it gets worse and worse. Brings Team Secret down to an awful position. The solo dolo. Ooh, nice peek over though. Frankie makes the play, hits the first. Zone going to be nipping at the heels. He's got to get a move on.
Nice.
There's the nade down. And that's enough to blow him out. TT on top, literally, and with the chicken dinner.
It has been more to City from Thunder Talks this entire game. And honestly, whenever they were talking, it felt like whispers to the teams around the lobby. They were so far away the entire time. Not easy at all. A lot of teams lost their heads to this squad playing up in Observatory. Again, we're coming off Sandhawk, where it's a little bit of circle look going over towards Regnum Kaya. And again, you get circle look here for Thunder Talks as well, the Observatory. No one's able to challenge in that position. But I do respect the proactive nature towards that end game.
No, absolutely, man.